Wanted to show you guys how you can access the Pearson ELA student textbook on the computer. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to go from class link to click on ELA, and then you'll click on Pearson. It's going to take you to a Pearson screen. You're going to click over here on Pearson Realize. Once that opens up, there are really two different sections of this that you use. If you look here under classes, this is where you would see any new assignments that have been given to you. I believe that your ELA assignments or any math assignments would also show up here, but I think the most recent ones will show up on this screen. Then if you came down here and clicked on view, yours is probably just going to say 2 classes, then you would be able to see any assignment that you've been given, older ones as well. To get to the textbook, you're always going to come over here under programs. You have 2 different ELA textbook resources that have been assigned to you. This one here that says grades 6 through 12 is one that we're not going to use a whole lot. It has some graphic organizers that it might use. It has links to novels, things that we might end up using at some point. But the actual 6th grade textbook where you can access all of our readings and handouts and things like that is this one here, the My Perspectives ELA National Grade 6. If you don't see that as one of your 2 options here, if you clicked on the view all of your programs, then it would take you would see that on that screen. So I'm not sure which ones you'll have on this pop-up screen here, but you want to make sure you're using the grade 6. Mine looks a little bit different because I'm a teacher, but you'll have a box that says Interactive Student Edition. And you'll want to click on that, and you want to click on Open in a New Window, and then it's going to think for a while as it opens up your textbook. And what you'll see on this screen as it first opens up is it's going to give you Unit 1. It's not totally obvious how to access the things, but if you look over here, these different headings are kind of like a table of contents for you to access different parts of the unit. Let's say you were looking for a story that you remember was in Unit 1, but you don't know exactly where it is. If you click on these and expand this, it will open up and show you the different parts in that section. So if you look here and you realize, okay, well, that one has activities and wagon train at dusk. That's not what I was looking for. You can close it, and then you can always open up the next one. So if there's a specific text you're looking for and you know which unit it is, but you're not sure of the section, you might just have to click around a little bit. So this whole class learning section has some activities, then it has the text Brown Girl Dreaming and Calvin and Hobbes, and then the performance task for that section. You do the same thing to open up the other sections. So small group learning, when I scroll down, I'll see several more texts this time. One thing that's a little bit different is our textbook has the independent learning assignments. These are, for this unit anyway, 5 options of selections that you can read. And these are not in your paper textbook. These are only available online. So let's say you were going to read The Boy Nobody Knew. If you click on that title, it will open up the selection for you. I always recommend, see this picture up here at the top takes up a lot of room. And if you were trying to read the text, you can only see a couple lines of text on a screen. It's kind of hard to follow along that way. But if you come up here and you see this little hide, that's always going to be there. If you hide that picture, now you can see a lot more of the text on the screen, and it's a little bit easier to read. You'll always have this over here too, that's the audio. You can click play and you can listen to somebody read the selection for you so that you can listen to it and read along yourself. The selections also have different things over here on this side. So the independent learning texts don't have as many resources with them, but they've got things that you can click on, and you'll see these activities are typically printed in your book. Let's say I didn't want to go, I could go back here to, if I click on independent learning, then I can see all of the different independent learning selections. Or I can go back to here to see my Unit 1 overview again. Let me just show you something else in here. Let's say if we went to Brown Girl Dreaming. If I open that up, remember I'm going to hide so I can see more of the text on the screen. It makes it a little bit easier to navigate. All of these over here on the side, you'll see these materials in our text. You can access them here as well. Analyze, Craft, and Structure is one of the bigger sections that we'll use a lot. And so this gives you the same information. It looks a little bit different than the page does in your book, the way that it's written here, but it's the same information that you have in your book that tells you all about memoirs, poetry and prose, stanzas. So you've got information to read, and then you have some practice things that you can do as well. And if you opened up your paper book, you would see these same things in there. There's all that kind of stuff for these different sections. Oops. So you've got the vocabulary, you've got the word study, word network, you've got your conventions information. All of those materials that are in your textbook are available for you here online as well. Once we're finished with Unit 1, you're still able to access the other units. So remember, Unit 1 is the screen that it opens up to automatically the first time that you open it. But if you come up here to this menu in the top right, that's going to allow you to access the overall table of contents for this book. And when you open it up, it's going to have Unit 1 is expanded. If you wanted to see the different things in each section, you could click on those as well. But I'm going to shrink Unit 1, and let's say I'm looking for something in Unit 2. If I click here, now it's going to bring up Unit 2. I'm going to close out of this menu. Well, hold on, let me do this first. Let me show you. For some reason, it opens up Unit 1 again. It expands all of that. But if we hide that, I can open these parts and I can look at the different pieces within Unit 2 from here. I can also do the same thing over here. So let's say I was looking for My Life with Chimpanzees. You can access it from this main menu, or we can hide this. Gives you a little bit more room on your screen. I can also get to it right over here, just like I would have before. Really, I think the trickiest thing might be knowing which section the text that you're looking for is in. So you'll probably know what unit you're looking for, but you might not know if it's in the introduction or the whole class learning, the small group learning, the independent learning. So I would recommend, if you know you're going to be reading something online, just to make a note of it, or you can ask your teacher which section is it in, or you can look at it in your book even to see. If you look at it in your paper copy of your book here at school, that way you kind of know ahead of time what you're looking for. But even if you are not sure, you can always remember, click on these, scroll down and see, oh, no, those weren't the ones I was looking for. Let me close that. Oops. And you can open up one of the other ones and look in there as well. So hopefully this helps you navigate your textbook a little bit. If you have any questions, finding anything, talk to your teacher. We would love to help you. We want to make sure you know how you can find everything that's in your book. And I think that's it. So yeah, like I said, if you have any questions, let your teachers know, and enjoy your reading.